So you have decided to make disciples and multiply your church. Whether you're in a new church plant or an established church, there are some fundamental principles that you need to follow to transition your church. First, make disciple-making the priority, not a program. Church multiplication cannot happen without disciple-making. This may be obvious, but unfortunately, for many churches, it is not the priority. Often, discipleship is just one of the ministries of the church, or a program, or a class that a person attends for several weeks and eventually get a certificate at the end stating that you are now a disciple. The problem with this structure is when disciple-making becomes an option that we offer rather than a command that we need to obey. What is even worse is when we expect that our weekly messages will miraculously transform their lives and make them disciples. That is like watching the Food Channel every day and expect to become a chef. If we believe that we are the church and we truly want to obey the Lord's command, then disciple-making should be the main thing that we do. It should be at the front and center of all your activities and the underlying foundation of everything we do in the church. We don't do ministry and hope to disciple people. We disciple people who will serve in a ministry as an expression of their transformation and spiritual growth and maturity. So regularly evaluate your church priorities and ensure that disciple-making is the main thing. Second, create a disciple-making process. If disciple-making is your priority, then you need to have a process. Many churches I have seen don't have a clear process to make disciples. Members and even leaders don't know how to disciple someone who becomes a part of the church. They rely on the classes or the pastor because they were not taught how to walk with someone in their spiritual journey. But disciple-making is about raising matured sons and daughters who can accurately reflect and represent the Father and reproduce themselves. That involves a life-to-life impartation. Therefore, develop a clear process that can be integrated in church life. Make the process simple and easy to understand that every member can do it and teach it to others. Third, develop a leadership pipeline. The church can only grow as much as the leaders can handle. The church cannot multiply without capable leaders who can be released to advance the kingdom of God. Therefore, just like disciple-making, develop a process of making and raising leaders who have the DNA of the house. It must be intentional, consistent, and transformational. Hey, of course, there are more principles than I mentioned, but this is a start. If you are just starting a church, then you've got nothing to lose to begin with these. But if you are an established church looking to multiply, then begin the transition with these principles in mind. But remember that a true and lasting transition could take about 5 years before you can see the fruit of your efforts. So be patient, use wisdom, and flow with the Spirit of God. Thank you.